it's filming. Okay, test. And okay, now I'm recording. I gotta look for the red. Good morning, YouTube. That's literally how I started my last YouTube video. However, I got a new camera. I don't know if you could tell, and I'm so excited. Yesterday, Sergio, and today, Sergio took some time and helped me fix the settings because I don't know anything about cameras, and he doesn't either, but he's kind of more into the tech and he digs deeper into that. So today is Sunday. I love Sundays because it's a great way to set the tone for your week. And as you can see, I did my makeup. I have never done my makeup in one of my YouTube videos besides my mom's wedding. But I realized that I do have a lot of makeup there that's just sitting there and I'm not using it. So might as well use it on the weekends. I've been doing my makeup on the weekends, which is nice because I do feel like I'm out of practice a little bit. But I still do love my skincare very, very much. And that is what we're going to do later today. So we have a few things to do today on Sunday. I wrote down a whole list. I'm going to go work out. And working out is really, really important to me. And in my previous video or 2 videos before this, I did announce that I have an autoimmune condition, an autoimmune disease. So if this reaches you and you also have an autoimmune disease, I'm here for you and I'm supporting you just because, it can be a difficult situation or a new lifestyle. It's definitely a new lifestyle I'm getting accustomed to. So there's been some changes in my diet, but also just amplifying some of my daily practices and daily habits that are healthy for me. So we're gonna go work out. And I've mentioned this before, but my goal is to do a pull-up. I want to focus on my upper body strength. And for a really long time, all last year and the year before, I was working out, but I wasn't really gaining any muscle. And now it makes sense. I was anemic. So when you're anemic, it is harder to grow muscle. You have to make sure you're taking your iron supplements or what was it? Also ferrous sulfate. I forget the name, but there's iron that runs throughout your body. And then there's the home where iron is produced. That was also low in my body. So we're gonna go work out. Then I'm gonna have breakfast. And then I'm just saying the whole list, but I'm gonna put it here. Then I'm gonna make sure I make a grocery list before I go to the grocery store, because before I used to just buy anything, but now I'm really intentional with what I get so that it lasts me throughout the week, just because my health really depends on my diet and my lifestyle. And then I'm gonna edit a video very quickly. And also for the first time ever, if you don't follow me on Instagram, here's my handle. But my goal this year, I'm focusing on YouTube, and those videos that I post on YouTube, short form, I'm also posting on Instagram. But for the very first time, and I'm so happy and I'm so excited, this has never happened to me before, but one of my YouTube videos hit 10.5 million views, which is a huge milestone for me. I'm really
Instagram reels, not.
Yeah, Instagram.
You said YouTube video.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad. For the very, very first time, one of my Instagram videos hit 10.5 million views. And I first posted it as a trial reel. So if you're a content creator or you also post on Instagram and you're trying to reach a larger audience or really make sure that your content is reaching more people or a larger audience, I do trial reels. And basically with a trial reel, and I do them for most of my videos, basically the trial reel, that reel gets pushed to people that are not your followers. So people that follow you will not see it unless you then post it to your main grid. So I saw that it performed really well. It hit 8 million views in a trial reel. So then I posted it on my main grid, and then it got to 10.5 million views. I gained almost 900 followers. And that's really, really, really amazing for me just because I am a small content creator. I am just starting my journey. I started last year, but I would say it's been a month and a half where I've really fully locked in to solely just content creation. I previously was also dancing. I do love to dance salsa. I do love to dance salsa, and I was going really hard and training intensely in salsa. However, with my health and how I want this year to go, I've decided to focus more on my career and to grow as a content creator, as an influencer. So if this YouTube video reaches you, thank you so much for the support. I have a lot of goals and just a lot of things I want to do this year. But most of all, I do want my content to really like reach and get to people with other autoimmune diseases or autoimmune conditions, or people that just really want to focus on their health, their mental health, or people that really do love skincare, just because I feel like everything is connected, mind, body, spirit. If you don't get enough sleep, enough food, or you don't manage your stress well, it can show up in your skin, but it can also show up in my gut or your gut. If I'm super stressed, my stomach doesn't do well. But it also shows up in my health, especially because of my autoimmune condition. So there's just a lot of things that I'm focusing on, mainly my career and my health for this year. So let's go back to what we have to do today. Also, a big thing to do today is meal prepping. I have been meal prepping for myself, especially this year, just so that I have like both lunch and dinner set for every day, so that I'm meeting my protein goals, but also my anti-inflammatory foods. Sorry, my voice. My diet is really focusing on an anti-inflammatory diet and lifestyle, just because with my autoimmune disease, there's inflammation in the body, and a lot of my symptoms are triggered by inflammatory foods such as sugar. I do love bread, so right now I'm not eating bread. So yeah, I'm focusing on my anti-inflammatory diet as well as protein, just because I do want to gain muscle. Like I said, I wasn't gaining muscle for a really long time, and I realized because I had a lot of imbalances in my body that I didn't realize at the moment that had to do with my thyroid and iron levels and hormonal imbalances. However, this video here is to prove that I can still live a healthy lifestyle, a very happy lifestyle. So we're gonna meal prep. I do feel like my skin needs some extra TLC today, so we're gonna do like a coffee face mask. And since I've moved, I have not taken a bath in my own place. So that's on the itinerary today. I'm laughing because Sergio was laughing too. He just heard me. Is when we first moved here, there was no curtain showers. So Sergio decided to take a bath, and I just took a shower standing up and using the shower head to like aim the water on me. But Sergio like actually took a bath, and I was like, what the heck? Like, how are you taking a bath before me? That's wild. So we're gonna take a bath. And if possible, I'm gonna try to do my press-on nails today because it is February 1st and it's, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I never really do my nails. I usually just have them like cut. And if I do, I have press-ons. We're gonna do our press-on nails with like a Valentine's theme. My nails have always been super brittle. And last year and the year before, I did have like very brittle nails where they would like chip and break, especially my toenails. So now that I'm taking my iron supplements, they have gotten better. So that's on the itinerary today. Part of me isn't looking forward to the meal prep just because usually I meal prep for like 2-3 days, but I'm gonna focus on like a good 4 days. And today Sergio's gonna join. I've always asked him like, oh, do you want to meal prep? Like, I'm gonna meal prep. Maybe you could also meal prep some of the food you eat, just because what we're eating right now is very different. I'm on my health journey. He's on his health journey. So we eat different things. Although I do offer him what I'm going to eat, we do eat different things. It's his first time meal prepping today, and he's a little nervous just because he's never meal prepped before. He's like there's a lot of things that he didn't do before in his life that he's doing now. Like now he cooks. He used to never cook. Now, what else? Oh, he cleans out. He used to never clean. He does dishes now. He used to never. Right now, he's a great partner, and he's taken over the dishes. My hands are very sensitive right now, like dry skin, and it's been sensitive to the dishwash. But to be honest, I also do not like doing dishes. But I'll put the dishes away, but he'll like do the dishes. And I've been, my wrist pain. I talked about my wrist pain in my story behind like Hashimoto's. So it has been getting better. I've been taking out sugar, going on a gluten-free diet to see if that's working, and that's been going good so far. I have now reintroduced dairy, and so far I'm doing well. So it seems like taking out sugar and going on a gluten-free diet has been going pretty well. So yeah, that was a lot of information. Let's go ahead and get the day started. Okay, but can you tell I love brown? Except the shoes. My shoes do not go. But it's okay. So it's such a beautiful day today. I think after working out and once I eat breakfast, we're gonna walk to Trader Joe's because it's just such a beautiful day. I'll show you in a bit. I'll show you on our walk. So I'm gonna stretch, but I am going to do my exercises. So I'm currently seeing an occupational therapist for the pain in my wrist. So I am gonna do my exercises, my hand exercises, as well as stretching, dynamic stretching before my workout. However, if you haven't done it yet today, go ahead and just make sure that you move your body. It could be stretching, it could be weights, it could be dancing, whatever way, just move your body because it is really, really good for you. It's good for your physical body, for your mental health, for your mind, body, spirit. But like I said, everything is connected. Like if I am neglecting one area of my life, I feel very imbalanced and it shows up in my health too as well. Because of my autoimmune condition, there is inflammation in the body. So during those days where I do not move my body whatsoever and I'm more like sitting down on the computer and not doing much, my symptoms do show up more. My symptoms are a bit stronger those days. So it may not show up for you if you do not have the autoimmune condition, but deep down, like your body is well aware of that. It's not getting any movement. So if you haven't done it yet today, go ahead and move your body. It's just really good for you. It makes me feel good. I'm sure it makes you feel good. Or if you're on the journey of trying to move your body, let this be your sign. So let's get started. Also, I am like really bad at remembering to do my OT exercises, and I'll do it maybe every other day, but I'm trying to do better and do it every day. So if you see a physical therapist or an occupational therapist, don't forget to do your exercises. Make sure you do them every day. Unlike me, I'm trying. The intention is there. Okay, I ate breakfast. It was really good and I had a really good workout. Today feels like one of those days where I'm like up here. I feel super grateful. I just feel super grateful and I feel like I'm up here, like almost like as if I'm high off life. Before I found out I had Hashimoto's, there was a lot of other things and symptoms. I experienced like IBS, SIBO, mood swings. I still get symptoms, but I have noticed a change. Like it has improved a bit, especially with like my anti-inflammatory diet. And I'm also taking medication under like the prescription of a endocrinologist. However, there was like a lot of other things that people would say or I've read that made me feel discouraged. So I remember someone, like a friend, saying like, and she's a nurse, so I believe what she said. She said something like, "Oh, you have IBS. It's really hard for them to gain weight." And then I thought about it. I was like, actually, no, that's true. I actually lost a lot of weight when I was having really intense IBS symptoms where I wasn't able to eat much. Now I'm grateful and I could eat a lot more. But that kind of like shifted my mindset. It made me feel discouraged, like, oh, I'll never be able to gain weight or gain muscle. But I feel like I feel good about my choices and my daily habits. And I am focusing on upper body strength and also gaining muscle, but also protein, fiber. I'm focusing on vegetables and foods that are high in iron, so that can help me as well. So now I have a better idea that I need to take my iron supplements, I need to take my medication. I also am doing my anti-inflammatory diet, so that can help me achieve my goals. So if anyone out there, if you're dealing with a health issue or there's a goal you want to reach and something is discouraging you, just like keep pushing. I would say what's really helped me is I have a food journal. I write down what I eat and I take notes. I basically take note of what triggers me, or like, let's say I know for sure I cannot have kiwis before bed because that will give me really bad acid reflux. I can't eat a big meal right before bed because that will give me bad acid reflux. So having a food log, being mindful on my eating, and like being more intentional with my eating and my habits is helping me a lot. And I have noticed a difference in, being able to do a pull-up or seeing some muscle here and there. But for a really long time, all last year and the year before, I kept working out, and I didn't see an improvement in gaining muscle. So I guess this video is just kind of like to encourage you all, or just basically make a statement that, okay, this is proof that I wasn't able to gain muscle back then, but I am going to be able to do a pull-up and gain muscle in the future. So this video is basically to show you all that I am going to beat that. Like the idea that it's hard for people with IBS to gain weight, I'm going to beat that, and I'm gonna overcome that. So yeah, today just feels really good. And I feel like I'm up here. I feel grateful that I feel really happy. But I know there's going to be days where it's not the best. Maybe a week ago, I had really bad stomach pain and I just had to like take it day by day. Like healing is not linear. It's not going to be high all the time. You're going to have ups and downs. There's been days where I feel like I'm going up in my health and then exponentially like crazy, I'm just going down and I feel like, oh my God, I'm doing everything I need to do, but it's not getting better. However, it will. For me, especially on the week of my menstrual cycle, right now I'm a little irregular with my cycles, and my goal is to get back on a healthy menstrual cycle, like a very consistent cycle. I've noticed that on the weeks that I have my cycle, on the weeks that I have my period, I am more fatigued and I have a lot more stomach pain. So those are the weeks that I have to be extra mindful on what I eat and how I eat. So yeah, I'm now going to make my list for the grocery store. We already have honey. Do we need more chia seeds? No, right?
No. Chia seeds you get from Amazon.
I'm so cold. And Sergio didn't want to bring a beanie. Look, he refused to bring a beanie. But I have a beanie right here if you want it. There's still ice. Oh my God, this is how I look like outside. We made a quick pit stop at West Elm because I need to get a tray for like a little area on the counter. I was starving. I'm eating my mush. This has been my go-to snack lately on like my anti-inflammatory diet. It doesn't have too many added sugars. It has oat milk, rolled oats, peanuts, dates, coconut sugar, and cocoa butter. I like it because it says no refined sugar. I am so starving. I had to eat this. I was getting a little irritated and annoyed just because I was getting really hungry. And I usually get that way when I'm really hungry. Like I turn into a monster. But I'm actually very, very proud of myself because in the past, whenever I go to Trader Joe's, I come out with at least like 3 sweet treats. Recently, the past 2 years, I have had more of a sweet tooth. And I think it's also because usually bad bacteria in your gut, it does crave sugar. But I'm proud of myself because I did not come out with any sugary snacks. If anything, the snacks I did get are like salmon, seaweed, and lately my sweet treats have been the mush. It has 15 grams of protein. I never really understood why older people would say, oh, sugar is bad for you, but no, it actually can be bad for you. Like we all need sugar in our fruits and we need sugar for our body, but in moderation, just because for me, I've experienced it firsthand. If I eat too much sugar, I will feel the pain in my wrists and the inflammation in my body. So I'm going to enjoy my snack and then I'll put the groceries away. Okay, after eating the mush, I got really, really fatigued, like extremely fatigued. Like my eyes got heavy. I didn't feel like doing anything, but I feel better. I had to take a little bit of a break. I think with Hashimoto's, one of the symptoms is like experiencing fatigue. That is a new symptom for me. I didn't start experiencing fatigue towards like the end of last year, but I'm going to have a Brazil nut. My doctor, I asked like if it's okay to eat Brazil nuts, and she said that like max 2. There's studies that show that Brazil nuts or 2 Brazil nuts a day do help with energy levels. So I'm gonna eat those right now to help with my energy for the day. This is leftover carne asada from last night that Sergio made me. It's now time to meal prep. I honestly like really, really had to push myself leading up to this moment just because, to be honest, I do not like cooking. I purely cook out of survival and because, my health depends on it. If I were to eat out every day, I'd probably get diarrhea and a lot more stomach pain. So I have to be very intentional with my eating. And another thing too is that I mainly cook with like olive oil or avocado oil just because there was a YouTube video I was watching and he is a doctor, but he was saying that sunflower oil is not the best, especially for people with Hashimoto's. It can kind of like increase inflammation in your body. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I learned from the video, and he is like a registered doctor. So I'm gonna cook 2 proteins for the week: shrimp and ground beef. For veggies, we have spaghetti squash. I'm gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna make fajitas with broccoli and then sweet potatoes and potatoes in the oven. I don't cook all crazy. Like people that cook amazing, that's great for them. I can't do that much. Like I literally I stress out in the kitchen. I get like super tense and then I'm like, oh my God, my muscles are like, I'm just uncomfortable. So I like to cook super simple. And also like my body calls for it. My body calls for simple eating, clean eating, whole foods versus like something like pasta. I love pasta, but right now I'm staying away from some dairy. I'll do like yogurt here and there. Yeah, that's on the menu for today. Yeah, I'm not the best cook. I'm not that great at cooking, but it's the intention behind it and, being mindful on the protein intake, the whole foods, the vegetables, clean eating so that it supports my body, my immune system, and my health. I'm going to put on some music. I recently watched People We Meet on Vacation on Netflix, and honestly, it's like my number one movie right now. I love rom-coms, especially growing up. And this one reminds me of like the rom-coms I would watch as a little girl. Yes, I was a little girl and super into romance and all that. The movie starts with Nanya by Polo and Pan, and right away I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be such a good movie. The movie started with the song, and that's how I knew it was gonna be a great movie, and it was. Like, it exceeded my expectations. Super cringy. So we're gonna put on Polo and Pan and Genesis by Grimes. That's a really good song too. I think the soundtrack was really good on People We Meet on Vacation as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Y'all, I just cut all my bell peppers and I wasn't recording the whole time. My bad. But yes, this is what we've done so far. I have never baked broccoli, and usually my fajitas, I usually cook it in the pan, but today I think I'm gonna put it in the oven. So let's see, let's hope it comes out okay. We're just gonna wing it. I don't have space to put the fajitas in here, so I'm just gonna do the broccoli by itself because it is a lot. It's 2 bags of broccoli. I don't know, we'll see how the broccoli comes out because, you know, it does look a little burnt. This needs more time. Okay, so this is when I start to get tired. Like, my shoulders are a little achy right now. So when I was in college, I would cook obviously in my apartment at the time, and the kitchen was really, really small. I was like chopping up food, cutting food, and the wall was like right here. So I always felt like I was like this. And right now, usually is I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. So right now I'm starting to feel the tightness in my shoulders. Plus I did upper body today. So we have one more thing to cook, which is the shrimp. It'll be fast and easy on the pan. Literally right now we only have 2 pans. We need more. So anyways, one more to go, and then I'm gonna eat and then rest for a bit.
It's pretty much ready.
Dinner is served. Okay, dinner is served. Honestly, meal prepping is not easy. It's like a lot of work, a lot of time, and I get like overwhelmed sometimes, but it makes the week a lot easier for me, and I don't have to cook every 2 days versus just like cooking today and I'm good for the next 4 days. So I'm gonna eat dinner now. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm ready to rest and relax for the rest of the day. Well, obviously clean up, put it away, and then get ready to shower and decompress. Honestly, this is pretty good. I am enjoying my shrimp. One thing I was gonna say is meal prepping requires a lot of time and effort, but let's say you have a family and you have to cook for all of them, or you try to meal prep for not just you, but for others, have them join. I feel like I have little sisters. I don't have children, but from what I've noticed, little ones really do like helping. So if you just have them help and join you with the meal prepping. It could be like a little family ritual and a cool thing to do with each other, because I feel like those moments are really wholesome when I do things with my family. So yeah. Yeah, I am so proud of myself. This is so much. And I do not have enough Tupperware because I had to cut the potatoes in 3 different Tupperwares. So I need to get more Tupperware. But I'm very proud of myself. I'm super tired and I can't wait to shower. I'm really tired. I'm not going to take a bath. I am going to shower, obviously. I prefer showering at night. It's already 11 p.m. It's 10:55. I'm not going to take a bath. I want to go to sleep before 12:30. And so I'm not going to do my nails. I'm not going to do my press-on nails. Maybe I could do it tomorrow evening. And then I'm just going to like take off my makeup, either shower first and then do the face mask, or do the face mask first and then shower. So I don't know. There's 2 things I can get to do today, but that's okay. So I am going to decompress. But I am so proud of myself for cooking and meal prepping all that food, just because it was a lot. I only had 2 pans. I didn't have enough pans. And yeah, so let's decompress. Another thing that's super important to me is like self-care and, taking time to rest. Today, while we were eating, and even after we were eating, me and Sergio, we were watching our Netflix show. We just started Bridgerton. I've never seen it. We started it yesterday and it's so good. But it's nice to like slow down and just kind of like chill for a bit, because life could get pretty busy. What I've learned about myself is if I keep going with the mentality of like go, 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 I tend to get sick, or I just feel super imbalanced. So now that I'm aware that I have Hashimoto's, I am a lot more self-aware of being mindful of like everything I'm doing and not overloading myself with too much, because I tend to get out of homeostasis, and then that's when it starts to get a little funky and bumpy with my health. So that's super important to me. Self-care is like a little ritual for me. Same thing with skincare. So it's been a while since I've done the face mask. It's just a way to give myself some extra TLC. It's important to exfoliate at least like once or twice a week. And with the coffee face mask, the DIY one I make, it's a great way to exfoliate. So I'm going to take off my makeup. This is the mask that I'll be doing. I'm going to use manuka honey and ground coffee. So just now, as I was like putting lotion on my body and putting on my PJs, I was watching like Bad Bunny's speech at the Grammys. I was watching his speech at the Grammys, and he starts off with something like, first off, before I give thanks to God, I want to say ice out. So I put a spoonful of manuka honey and like a spoonful of ground coffee. Oh, my hands are hurting. And I put a little bit of water. So I'm going to start putting some onto my face. As I was putting on lotion and like putting on my PJs, I was watching Bad Bunny's like speech, and he got awarded obviously at the Grammys. I forget for what, but he won an award. His speech started off with something like this. He's like, before I give thanks to God, I want to say ice out. We are not animals. We are not savages. We are human and we are American. I was just getting emotional because I saw that Liam Ramos, he was finally able to be back with his family. They sent him home, and I was getting emotional because like he's only 5 and they did come here legally. Liam and his family were doing everything correctly by paper, but it was just so cruel as to what happened to him and what's happening to a lot of other kids in the detention center in Texas. And so I'm just thinking like, I can't even imagine like me and my sister's 8 and I love her so much. I love both of my sisters. This is falling. I forget this kind of makes a mess. This is really good for exfoliation. So I was just getting emotional because I can't even imagine like the trauma and like the impact this is gonna have on the kids, especially like someone like Liam who's only 5. He was not eating and he was very depressed and he was getting ill in Texas because of how depressed he was. So I just imagine like a little kid, like how is a little kid going to be a criminal? I don't understand. And obviously he's not a criminal, but for some people they do see that. And what Bad Bunny also said was that some of us are very, like he was saying, contaminado, like contaminated. And so they have a lot of hate. And with hate, you can build more hate. And that's why there's a lot of cruel things happening in the world. He's like, but us, we love our family and we have a lot of love. We're human, so the only thing stronger than hate is love. And when he said that, my eyes got so watery. And it's true because hate brings war, and hate is not good for you. It's literally not good for a human being. Yes, us human beings, we have the right to feel mad or happy, and it's normal to feel all these emotions, but metaphysically and spiritually, like when you hold a lot of hate, it's not good for your body. Even stress, if you have a lot of stress, it's not good for your body. I've seen it in some people where they get old and they hold a lot of hate, and it's not good for your soul. And, I'm not perfect. I get mad easily. That's something I'm trying to work on. One, for myself, not for others, but mainly for myself, because I will literally, like, if I get really mad, I'll start to get really bad heartburn. I'm laughing about it now, but like I hold a lot of fire in me sometimes, and sometimes it's a good thing, but sometimes it's not. So if you're out there and you hold a lot of hate, let go of it, not for others, but for yourself. And I think that's the best way to get better. Or even, this is so like out of context, but people who have a drug abuse problem or they have other mental health issues, they can only get better if they want to get better. So it has to come from you. It has to come from your heart. I agree with Bad Bunny that the only thing stronger than hate is love, but it doesn't come so easy for some people. Some people are naturally born, they have a bad temper, or sometimes it's nurture versus nature, or sometimes it's both. So if you're out there, help spread the love. This actually feels so good and it smells so good. I don't drink coffee, but this is very I love ASMR. I've always said that in all my YouTube videos. But this is so satisfying. And it's really good to exfoliate your skin. Honey is anti-inflammatory. If you struggle with inflammation in your skin, like acne, it helps with that too. I'm getting this spot right here because that's where I get a lot of blackheads. Right here too. Manuka honey also helps a lot with hydration. Right now my skin, especially right here, has been dry because of the weather. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. So yeah, I know we don't all have the same political beliefs, but one thing I feel like we should all agree on is that we are all humans and we deserve the same as well. No race or religion or culture is superior than the other. And if you have a different belief in religion or spirituality, I believe that you should respect them and what they believe in, and they should respect you and what you believe in, because everyone comes from a different background, a different culture. Some people share similar cultures, and that's how it's great to connect and build a community. But hate is gonna get you nowhere. It's literally gonna get you nowhere. It's gonna make it worse for you, and it's gonna build up in your heart. And the person that is truly hurting at the end of the day is the person that holds a lot of hate. And it's easier said than done. I have held grudges, but it feels really good to release and let go of what you're holding on to. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's all I have to share for now. Even with the plants and animals, we are all one. Everyone in this world, we are all somehow connected. I hold water within me, so I am one with the water. I am one with the ocean. I feel so connected to Mother Nature, especially when I'm at the beach. But we're all connected, and if you, I believe in karma, if you give out hatred, it's gonna come back to you. Most likely even stronger. So the highest vibration is love. And you know what? It's easier said than done. I don't always feel love 100% throughout the day. I get mad easily, but it's still something that's really, really beautiful to feel at the end of the day is love. And I feel that the most with my community, especially with my family. So I do miss them. I'm gonna see them again in March, hopefully. So yeah, everything has an energy, and there's going to be good energies and there's going to be bad energies, and that's just like the duality of life, the yin and yang, the ometeo of life, the good and the bad. So I'm learning to really like take in the good but also take in the bad, because how are you going to progress, or how are you going to feel all the good if you've never experienced the bad? So yeah, thanks again for coming to my TED Talk. I didn't show you me taking off my face mask, but just because like Sergio was showering and I was in there too, so it'd be like an invasion of privacy. Although I'm in there all the time when he's in there, but I don't want to just like film. It's his privacy. So my skin feels so smooth. It's been a while since I've done that mask at home lately because of the winter. Every time I shower, my face just feels like super dry afterwards. And right now, after I wash my face, it just feels so hydrating. I just washed it off, and it's really nice because I get to like exfoliate my face at the same time. It's like a scrub, a face scrub. So it felt really nice. And all I put on afterwards was serum and moisturizer. Usually I have more steps to my skincare at night, but I felt like that's all my skin needed. Very simple, all natural. So I'm going to call it a night now. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, just a gentle reminder to just share love rather than hate. But it's completely normal to feel hate and feel mad, but don't let it eat you up, because it just doesn't feel good and it's not good for you. And we're here to experience life, to experience the good, the bad. I feel like I only want the best for my loved ones and for you and for myself. So I don't want you to feel or live a life filled with hatred. It's not good. So yeah, anyways, good night. Thanks so much for watching.